It's Greg and Menace from The Woody Show. Look who's here. It's Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park. Hey, Mike.
Oh, hi.
Menace was just telling you that we're new to Los Angeles, so my first question is going to be very self-serving. I know you got your degree in Pasadena.
Yeah.
So do you know where Sierra Madre is?
You kind of vaguely. Yeah.
Okay, because I live in Sierra Madre. It's right past Pasadena, right before Arcadia.
Right.
And
Okay.
Nobody knows where it is. It's a sleepy little tiny town.
No, I think there might have been a couple of I went to Art Center, which is a design school in Pasadena, and people lived all the way out, probably as far as Altadena, so not quite out to you, but yeah,
Okay.
it's I know where it's out that direction.
Okay, cool. Let's say you were to buy a house in Sierra Madre, and you were applying for a mortgage.
Yeah.
What do you put under occupation? Do you put songwriter? Do you put artist? What on earth would you put? Because you do about 1 billion things.
Thanks. Yeah, I guess. I usually have to do that actually, believe it or not. So I usually put musician, but
You put musician.
Artist would work too, I guess.
And then when you do all the tech stuff, because Menace is our tech guy, and he handles everything tech related. Don't you ever get tired of doing that? Don't you want to give those duties to somebody else, like when you handle that?
Well, I mean, yeah, we generally don't hand them over to anybody else because I feel like there's something that gets lost if in translation, if we have somebody else kind of I don't know, communicating something that I would have been. I don't want somebody else speaking for me on social media because I always want it to feel like me, and I want the fans to know that it's us at the other end of the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So to me that's important, but I know that a lot of folks don't do that. It's not, it's just the way we do it.
I totally understand what he's saying because every little detail with us, they're like, oh, why don't you just have an intern do it or something like that? And then if one thing goes wrong, I have a heart attack, But the better question is, today's a very special day, if you know that.
Yeah, you should know what day it is.
You know what day it is today? Mike,
it
come
should
on.
be an international holiday.
You're disappointing me right now.
Wait, what day is today?
It was something that you should know about because you were involved with these people in 2004.
He's trying to Google it.
No, I'm not.
And
I'm looking. It's Maine.
let's see. You did a project with them. You remixed a song of theirs. You did a video of theirs, and their front man. It's his birthday today.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Oh, it's Dave Gahan of Depeche Mode's birthday.
Oh, hey,
International
happy birthday,
holiday.
Dave.
And he worships them.
I do.
So.
I worship Dave. So
I actually, funny story about me and Depeche Mode. I grew up really not liking Depeche Mode.
Oh no.
I was into hip hop, and I had friends who, especially my neighbor, my little brother and my neighbor both loved Depeche Mode, and they would get in my car, and all they would hear would be basically what at that time it was like anything from. It was pre-Snoop Dogg, so it was probably like Tribe Called Quest, over and over and over. And so they wanted to just kill me.
All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I obviously clearly got into to the band later.
So overall, celebrity, yay or nay for you?
Okay, so going back to the art thing, I was, I'm a painter, a designer, kind of first, and the music was always a hobby on the side. And I got an opportunity to do a couple of art shows, in between albums and all that. And one of them I did focusing on that subject. It was called Glorious Excess. Mm-hmm. And it followed basically a fictitious character through his ascent and decline, kind of as like a person who was just, in this show's case, it was just like famous for being famous because it was in the era of like when Britney shaved her head and Michael Jackson passed away and all that, and Paris Hilton was doing like an album and all this. So I mean, I'm not. It's all about your intentions and what you're in it for, and like what you're trying to get out of it. Mm-hmm. We always got into music because we loved music. In fact, in the beginning, especially, we spent all our money playing music. So it wasn't like a means to another end.
Mm-hmm. That is true that usually when bands start out, they're in massive debt because they have to front everything, right?
Well, I mean, think of it. I always talk about the most obvious version is as a DJ back when there was just vinyl. Mm. Like now, if you want to be a DJ, you're just downloading all your songs and playing those. But back then it was like you want to be a DJ, you got to go buy vinyl every week. You have to go buy the records in order to play the parties and have the most current record collection of songs that people are actually going to want to dance to. So that was like Joe. That's what Joe did. Like we were, that was kind of our mentality. Was a similar thing.
But see, that's what I love about Linkin Park. Like Menace is a huge EDM fan, and sometimes we'll make fun of people that go to see EDM shows, and it's basically somebody pushing one button and they just stand there. But you guys incorporate like DJs and rock, and I just think like you guys invented that sound.
Yeah, one of the biggest and best live shows out there.
Exactly.
Thank you. It's definitely a part of how we. In fact, I know on our for some reason recently something came up where I had to look at our tour rider. That is, people always think of, when you think of like, if you don't know what a tour rider is, it's the thing that like basically the band's company, the band's organization sends to the people that are putting on the festival. And they send over things like, we'd like this many towels, and we'd like,
brown
this
M&Ms.
is what brown M&Ms.
or whatever.
And one of the things on ours on when it gets into like the sound of the venue and how they treat the live sound, they have to set you can set certain gear up in a way that just makes everything blaringly loud. And for a lot of like rock shows, they tend to go this route where they set it up a certain way that squashes some of the dynamics, and it wouldn't work well for our sound. And in the rider it says Linkin Park, something to the effect of Linkin Park is a rock band but incorporates elements of many other styles of music, including electronic and hip hop. So please don't set up the gear as a rock band setup. Please set it up as in a way that's conducive to the type of music the band plays.
Whoa.
So they actually specifically, our front of house guy, his name is Pooch, specifically lays out like, this is, our philosophy is such that it's a mixed thing. And it has, like you said, it's been that way since the beginning. Like we did our, like on our first record, part of the whole point of it was to blend styles. If you would ask this is something people don't think about anymore, but in 98, 99, if you asked somebody, what do you listen to? Everyone would say, I listen to rock. I listen to hip hop. I listen to this or that. They don't now. 100% of the people you talk to say, I listen to everything. And that's what's changed. I mean, it wasn't that way when we got started, and it's not. This isn't a nostalgia conversation. Obviously, this is like, we're part of this. I feel like we're part of the reason it is that way.
Wow, that's cool. Speaking of riders, what's the weirdest thing in your rider? Like, do you have to have?
Well, it's not my fault because I'm not vegan or vegetarian or any of that. But there's a lot of like that type of stuff on there. Like one thing that our guys love. If we do an encore, if we leave the stage to take a break before coming back out, the guys love like fresh coconut water.
Oh, that's good.
And I got into it because they got into it. They were into it. I mean, we thankfully we have a chef.
Too.
We have a chef out with us. I mean, it's really a wonderful thing to be able to have, and he introduced us to it. I think we were in some place where he got fresh coconuts, and they like literally like chopped the top off of them with like a machete.
Wow.
And we got them at the venue. We're like, this is amazing. Can we get this more often? He's like, absolutely, we get that all the time. They didn't have them at like Trader Joe's, so that's what we started doing.
Are you guys ever going to do another reanimated kind of album? Because if you don't have a plan, please do.
Well, we did something similar back a couple records ago. We did something called Recharged, which was Living Things. Living Things was the album, and Recharged was the remix album. Our new album, The Hunting Party, we have not done a remix thing, and maybe it's because it's such a heavy rock record. But it also might be because like I think our sights are set on the next record. Like we're already starting to come up with demos, and I mean I've been writing a ton, and we're looking at next year, like for first. I'm fingers crossed. First half of next year we'll have a record out.
Awesome.
An album.
Oh, I have a question. So now you guys, have all these benefits now, and you got a chef. How did you get here to Vegas? You just landed, PJ? How did you roll?
We walked.
You walked?
Yeah.
Because we were on a flight here, and we ran into Tony from No Doubt, and he was on the Southwest flight with us.
Southwest.
Yeah.
I was here. I was here this week for a tech conference called Collision on Wednesday, and then I went home, and then I came back. So yeah, I flew Southwest. It was
crazy.
like it's
So
Yeah, keeping it 100.
Yeah.
Linkin Park. Mike Shinoda, thank you so much, and we hope. I can't wait to see you guys tonight. We were super lucky to hear a tiny bit of your sound check today, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. So, Mike Shinoda, thank you so much, and have a great time at Rock in Rio.
Thank you.